To get started, Rory, will you please tell us the premise of Mixtape?
Yes, so it's about two teenagers who meet at a party in 1989, who start bonding over their love for music, and they end up falling for each other. And it's about them reconnecting about 20 years later, on different sides of the world. They've got completely different lives, and it's about them kind of asking the question of what if and where did things go wrong and navigating their way potentially back to each other. So yeah.
Hmm.
So
That was
yeah,
I couldn't have done a better job, so that
thank
was
you.
really
Yeah.
great.
Florence, how would you describe Allison?
So yeah, so she's this bright, very caring girl, who grows up in 1989 in Sheffield. Well, that's what it's set. She grows up in Sheffield in the 80s. And she has a deep love for music, but she also has a very difficult home life. She kind of doesn't have this maternal character in her life there when she needs her. So she relies heavily on her brother for that kind of support, and he relies on her very much. Um, but she's kind of someone who's destined for more than what she's been given in life, and she goes through some really sad and very real things. But yeah, she falls in love with a boy, and the rest is history. But yeah, it was amazing to play. Like she's got a lot of depth to the character, so that was really exciting to dig into that.
Oh, yeah. So for both of you playing younger versions of characters, do you work with the actors playing your older self to establish the character at all?
Yeah, so for both of us, we came into it when they were finishing filming, which was quite interesting. I know that for me, Jim had been involved in the casting process for the role of younger Dan, so he is obviously found a connection with the way I was doing the role in the auditions and stuff, and so I guess what I had was the satisfaction of knowing that he trusted the way I was doing it anyway, even before we'd met. And then we did have a day where Teresa and Jim were filming in Ireland, and we were in the same kind of waiting green room, it's
Mhm.
called. And we spoke for literally like what, a couple of hours, right?
Yeah,
Remember
I think
that? Okay.
yeah.
And then
So
yeah,
go back, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then it was just a case of talking to each other and kind of just getting to know each other. And I feel like, Lucy Gaffey, the director, she did such a great job of finding people who, were similar in character and the way they carried themselves anyway. So for me, I didn't really have to do much talking to Jim about the role. It felt very natural to me. I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but
Yeah, I didn't meet Teresa before. I met her for like 10 minutes. But the character kind of goes through so much and changes so much that it actually wasn't too pivotal. But again, like the trust in the director, and also just purely from reading the script, you kind of understand the character. So yeah, so I would have loved to have worked with her a bit more, but she had finished filming when we were cast, and yeah, and again, like she's kind of the future me, so it was important to understand Alison as a character as opposed to knowing what Teresa was doing. So
mm.
it meant that it was quite separate because she changes so much. So yeah.
So of course, Mixtape is about music. I have to ask the question. So Rory, what song do you think sums up young Daniel?
And I keep saying this, I think Dan is a softie when it comes to music. He likes to think that he's into his rock and these indie bands, which he is, but like a song like Stephanie Says, Phase, whatever, which was in episode two, something. That was just such like a sweet song, and I feel like he really, he's quite a grounded guy, and he's into all sorts really. So something like Stephanie Says for me kind of made it easier to imagine what he'd listen to.
I
Florence,
feel,
same question to you.
yeah, yeah, I feel like so Alison has an in excess. That's how you pronounce it, right?
In
Yeah,
excess, yeah.
great. Everyone's nodding. Perfect. Um, a poster on her wall. So I feel like a new sensation by In Excess is like a good it's a great song, and also I think because so many parts of her life are quite difficult, I feel like that song is something that she
So
would so be, and yeah, exactly, and kind of lifts up from those moments. So that one, and it's also a great song.
Rory, what was it about this storyline or this character that made you want to be a part of this series?
Yeah. I mean, like literally the audition scene that I did, like the first ever thing I did, I think it was the library scene. I just felt it was very natural and real. And that's the kind of writing I'm quite interested in, those kind of natural stories. So I mean, straight away I was kind of intrigued. And then obviously when I got to read the script and I got sent like a vision board from the director, Lucy Gaffey, which was like all these different photos of like the vibe she was going for and different songs and like just yeah, both of those things they were like so just got me in like interested
Yeah,
and obviously Joe Spain who wrote it is such a great writer and yeah, it was for me it was just very easy to be like, how do I, I really,
yeah.
really, really wanted it.
And you did
And
it.
I did it, and yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's yeah.
Had either of you read the book before taking on the part?
Yeah, so I know Rory had. I had started it and then I ran out of time between, because I'm like the world's slowest reader. I ran out of time between letting the part and filming. And the filming process was really intense. Like it was very much every single day. So I didn't have time to read it whilst I was filming, and then I finished it afterwards. But it's a really beautiful adaptation. Like it does the book so much service, but it also kind of has these special moments that are new to our series. So yeah.
I read it after I got the role. I noticed you said before the
It
role.
works, yeah.
Yeah,
And just as a final question, what does it mean for you guys to be at South by Southwest and the premiere being here?
I think I truly feel honored to be here on behalf of the cast and crew. Like the fact that we've been trusted with this is amazing. And
yeah.
also it's like one of the most exciting film festivals and places to be. So I'm just so happy for everyone who's involved to have this honor. Is so special for everyone, and it just means that everyone's hard work has kind of been paid off, and we had a really good audience response. So that was just it's just been really exciting. We're very, very fortunate.
I think it's been a lovely home for it because obviously the music,
Yeah.
obviously South by with the music and stuff. So it kind of felt right. I didn't even know they did TV here until it was announced. I mean, that was a massive shock. But I'm so excited to be here. Like it's been so good. The audience has just been incredible, and I'm just so happy that people have kind of taken time to be here and watch it
Yeah.
and I just feel so lucky and to be here with like so many people that are involved, like all the producers, Lucy the director, and obviously Florence.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no,
Just waiting for
it's
that.
been yeah. Save the best till last. Yeah, it's been really special. Yeah.